Hey there, and welcome to another edition of our FanSaves Shop Local series. I'm your host, Chris McCarthy, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Brian Valiparam, who is the executive chef at CoBrie Restaurant and Catering in Ottawa. Brian, thank you so much for joining me here today for this feature.
Thank you for the opportunity to feature on a fan service program, and I'm happy to join you. And if you have any question, please feel free to ask. Thank you.
Absolutely. So great to have you here today. Why don't you begin by telling us about CoBrie Restaurant and Catering and what makes your dishes stand out above the rest?
CoBrie Restaurant named after my kids, Brianna and Cody. So Cody, Bri. What is the different? Our restaurant is since I have close to 40 years experience. I bring all these fresh ingredient rather than you have everything from powders and everything pre-made these days. Most of the places, even like our breakfast potatoes are made fresh, cooked and fried with the onions and everything. You don't see it so many places. And also I do a fusion, meaning I do some French, some Italian, some Asian. I infuse food in a subtle way that doesn't affect the integrity of the flavors or the meat, but it still have a wondering what is the flavor. So that's the CoBrie. It's a family restaurant, and we have a venue for the weddings as well. Nice bar. It's all that my experience I put in to have good food. There's nothing goes out in my restaurant unless it's the quality. Nothing that if I wouldn't eat, I wouldn't serve. So we're trying to do different from everybody in way of we do 70 to 80%. We do fresh from the scratch. Like we make our own dessert, the crepes, tomato sauce, you name it, everything made in the house. Even like steak, I bring them in, I butcher myself. Chicken, I take the chicken, I butcher myself. So I have different items that we can use. So that's what we do, and then we also trying to promote the caterings.
This is awesome. Live feature. So
Yeah.
let's back up a little bit. You built CoBrie into this amazing restaurant hotspot in Ottawa. Let's back up a little bit. Why don't you talk about your illustrious career as a chef? I'm curious to know like where your love for the culinary arts began. So if you could kind of encapsulate that, that'd be great.
So when I was Europe about 7 to 8 years, as an immigrant, you get a job in the kitchen. I was in France, I was in Germany 3 years, 3 years in Italy, 2 years in Greece, kind of thing. Always in the restaurant industry, either you cleaning or mopping or peeling or cutting. Like I used to work in a Chinese restaurant in Bremen, Germany. My job prep everything. So and then it's naturally when I came to Canada, I was looking for a job in a in a restaurant. I consider myself a lucky man because I landed in one of the fine dining restaurant called Oliver Ponachini Group now. So I was working really, really fine chefs. They took me on and teach me. And within 3 years, I came to Canada. I was able to, I just a lot of work. I worked 18, 19 hours, nothing come easy. But I was in the right place in the right time to be learning. If I had in a pizza place, I would have been the best pizza maker, but I didn't have that exposed to all the food and the ingredients, and I wouldn't have. So I was lucky, and then I jumped to Mark McEwen, one of the best chefs in Canada, North 44 when he opened. So I was key, took me on and teach me everything. Then I took over his kitchen for 4 years. North 44 was one of the top five restaurants in 5 years in a row when I was an executive chef. Then there's no room to grow, so I branched out to myself my own couple of restaurants in. That's how it was an inspiration. Or somebody took me. It's a tunnel I went and then I expand the tunnel to the world. That's how I went to the culinary world. It was something direct to me that way, and that's why when I'm not going to tell I was cooking with the mom and I learned. No, I don't have a story like that.
Well, it's great that you found your love and your passion. It's obviously taken you to so many amazing places. You've been involved with a number of charities events over the years, and you're currently a member of the Westboro BIA, which is why we're here today. Maybe discuss what community means to you and why it's so important for you to give back.
We were born in not in a very rich families, and sometime even in Europe when I was alone, and there's always you poor, food. Like I can remember in Paris that when I was in Paris, I eat like buy a one baguette, and then that's all for my knee. I know it's not my fault. It happened, right? It's not because it's circumstances. So I have empathy. I have to be realistic. Money comes and goes, but you have to help other people. I believe in karma. If you help people, you will get your help in a different ways. I've been in a very serious accident. I've been in a very bad situation, but I haven't really fell through the crack because of what I done to other people. I when I was in Toronto, I when we had a big tsunami, I took and opened my restaurant, and I donated $10,000, and I used to work with the different charities at the Toronto. Here we work with the Ability Post and a Royal McDonald House. McDonald House, we do food for them. We're trying to do. It's giving is important because that's the only way that um, you satisfy. It just people making people happy is important. Even in the restaurant, when the people happy when the food, that just make me feel good.
Definitely. Well, you're giving back to the community. You've built a great business and you've got a great story as an entrepreneur. So you're checking all the boxes. If someone wanted to learn more about you or CoBrie Restaurant Catering, where could they go to find out more information?
Okay, if you just put my name, Brian Vallibram, will come in a Google page, easily. Or they can show CoBrie.ca. Our menus are there, but the best place would be a Google search will be, or LinkedIn. There's more information there. But if they want to come and chit chat with me a glass of wine, they can come to see me in a restaurant at CoBrie when we reopen.
Might have to take you up on that. Brian, I want to thank you so much for taking the time today to join me and talk about your career in CoBrie Restaurant Catering. To those watching at home, be sure to subscribe for more great features like this one from outstanding entrepreneurs and leaders. And of course, don't forget, you can be the real MVP when you shop local. Thank you so much, Brian.
Thank you for inviting me. Thank you very much. And have a good day, everyone.